Good morning, class. I hope you had an awesome spring break. We are going to try to continue as normal as possible with our class by starting our meats unit. So in this unit, you're going to learn about any and every meat. You're going to learn about poultry and chicken and turkey. You're going to learn about beef. You're going to learn about veal. You're going to learn about pork. You're even going to learn about fish and shellfish. So today, I just wanted you to be able to hear my voice as we go through this as if we were lecturing in class. So today we're going to start with your poultry notes. And the two main things that we eat that have to do with poultry are going to be chicken and turkey. And so to the right here, you have a picture of a chicken, and you have every part of that chicken labeled because we do eat those parts. And so we are going to talk about those. You will also be labeling the parts of a chicken today with the sheet that I attached to your eClass page. You will actually print that out and label the parts of a chicken using this diagram. So we're just going to hit on meat for a minute because this is the meat unit. So I kind of want to give you a grand scheme picture, and then we'll move into poultry. So meat is obviously the edible portion of mammals that we eat. It includes the muscle, the fat, the bone, the connective tissue, and the water. So meats do have a lot of water in them. That's why we can cook them to juicy. We can cook them until they're dry. And really, it totally depends on your preference if you want to eat something with some juice to it or something that is well done and crispy. So there's this thing called elastin in meat, and it's very tough. It's elasticy, it's yellowishy. It's basically the connective tissue that holds the meat together. We see it in marbling in our meats and blood vessel walls, things like that. And it cannot be softened by heat. So to get rid of this, you either want to cut it off, which you will see in the poultry demo that you watch tomorrow where Miss Gibson is preparing chicken, or sometimes it's ground up into a ground meat, or you can pound it with a meat mallet. So the major meat producing animals are going to be cattle, swine, and sheep. Swine are birds, basically, so chicken or turkey. Poultry. So you obviously see this beautifully golden browned turkey to the right here. That totally reminds us of Thanksgiving or Christmas, a holiday. But the beautiful thing about poultry is that it has great nutritional value. So it's a good source of protein. And then it has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it, as you can see here. And what you'll find about meat is that a lot of meat has a lot of vitamin and minerals in it. But the great thing about poultry is that it's very low in fat. It is a lean meat. So if you are watching your cholesterol intake, watching your weight, at risk for a heart attack, then you'll want to eat chicken instead of red meat or poultry instead of red meat because it has less calories and less fat. So it helps to not clog the arteries. Another thing that you'll need to know about poultry is that it is dark meat versus white meat. So the dark meat is going to contain more flavor, it's going to contain more fat, but it's totally your preference. I am someone who prefers white meat, like the chicken breast, okay? But it totally depends, okay? The chicken leg is going to have the dark meat. So it's totally up to you. Maybe you don't even realize that you've tried white meat and dark meat and they taste the same to you. That's okay, but typically we see the dark meat will have more flavor and more fat. Fat leads to flavor. Okay, so storing your poultry. So with meat, it is highly perishable, okay? Y'all must store your meat properly or you can get a foodborne illness, and we all know that foodborne illnesses are not fun. So you want to refrigerate or freeze immediately after you purchase, okay? You need to watch for juices. If you're seeing a big buildup of juices or a funny smell to your meat, then it's probably not good and you want to throw it away, okay? Because it'll start to break down, okay? You want to use your fresh poultry within 1 to 2 days, or you need to put it in the freezer within 1 to 2 days. That is your window, okay? So if you know you're not going to use it for 3 or 4, go ahead and put it in the freezer and pull it out the day before. How to thaw poultry. This should be some review because y'all know the best way to thaw food is really in the refrigerator. Or you can put it in the microwave on a defrost setting. So those are your 2 options, but giving it 24 hours in the fridge is the best bet in my opinion. Okay, so poultry must be cooked to 165 degrees. Remember in our food safety and sanitation unit, we talked about how different meats must be cooked, and chicken and turkey and all of that need to be cooked to 165 degrees. That's your highest temperature gauge. And then a good tool to say, okay, my poultry is done, is that no pink, okay? You should not see any pink when you cut into that chicken. It should now be white meat, and the white meat will indicate doneness, okay? Now, a few little notes on that. You can't go wrong with the placement of a thermometer. If you take a thermometer and put it in the thickest part of your meat, okay, you will get a good read. And if it is not at 165 yet, it is not done. So I will always encourage a thermometer is the best way to ensure you got to the right temperature. And then the other thing I want to hit on is, especially with dark meat, sometimes you might get a pink coloration, which is not the same pink as raw meat or it not being done. It's a chemical reaction between the poultry and the gases in the oven. And again, that's typically only going to be with dark meat, but as long as it's hitting that 165 temperature mark, it's still done, even if it has a little bit of a chemical reaction pink color. But again, if you're cutting into your chicken or your turkey and juices are running out and it's still pink in the middle, it's not going to be done. So yeah. Okay, so cooking methods for poultry. So you can do a lot with poultry. You can fry it, okay? You can usually bread it, flour it. Fried chicken, we all love. Chick-fil-A, we all love, right? And then I've also heard of deep fried turkey, so you can do that. Broiling is the quickest cooking method. It's a very high temperature of typically 450 to 500 in the oven. You can grill it, grilled chicken, barbecue chicken. We all love that. And again, if you char it, it's definitely going to be well done. But if it's just nicely browned, it's probably going to be done. You can roast it. You know, we love roasted duck, turkey, goose. They put stuffing in the turkey and they roast it for hours on Thanksgiving or Christmas. And then braising. Any bird that's too tough to cook with dry heat, you're going to use braising. And that's when you actually let the meat cook in a liquid, okay? So like a chicken broth or a beef broth, something like that. And so it's slow cooking in this liquid. It typically leads to making a tough bird tender. Pressure cooking is kind of the new thing. If you've heard of the Instapot, you can make delicious chicken fajita meat in there with your chicken. And then slow cooking, like the crock pot, is also great for our poultry. And so really, these are our notes on poultry. Tomorrow, you're actually going to see me kind of cut into some raw chicken and talk to you about how to butterfly chicken, how to cut the fat off chicken, how to prepare your chicken for cooking. And then the next day, you will get to kind of see some recipes with chicken. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to take notes on this video on notebook paper. Yes, these are for you and your personal use. Miss Gibson won't be grading them, but it is important to have those when it comes down to the test and your final exam and labs that you might do at home. So anyways, I miss y'all so much. If you hung on till the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much. And I hope that you're doing well at home with your families. Please reach out if you have any questions or you just want to talk, you need someone to talk to. I can totally understand that this can be a hard time for y'all being home. And so I'm thinking of you. I miss you. And I hope you have a great day.